and welcome to today's Karma Yoga. You're going to need 3 to 4 pillows, so please get that ready, and a chair. I'm going to place a pillow between my hips and my heels and sit back down onto it. While you get your props ready, this is a Karma Yoga class, so the intention of this class is to encourage you as the viewer to do something good for your community, as this is my Karma Yoga of doing something nice for you. So I hope you feel nice and relaxed after this class. And the Karma Yoga is inspired by this book of 365 Days of Kindness. So what I'm going to do is read the suggested passage and act of kindness, and you can choose to either do this one or your own one. What I do ask is that you write in the comments what your act of kindness is, or if you intend to do this act of kindness, just so that we can keep other people accountable and even encourage them to maybe want to do it themselves. So let me read to you this passage. When was the last time you applied for a job or looked to employ someone to your business? Part of this process involves references, people who can vouch for candidates' skill and integrity. Passing on a bad word about someone is all too easy. We give in to a lot of forms of gossip and like to share our negative opinions with others who agree. We need to be better at spreading good words about others. The next time you are asked about a person, find something good to say about them. Let kindness spread through the words you speak. So the suggested act of kindness is send a gratitude email to a co-worker who deserves recognition. If you don't have a co-worker, you can also send or write a good review about a business or someone. And I really hope that, obviously I know it's going to make a great impact on someone else's life. So please add in the comments if you are going to do that, if you intend to do it, and get ready for our yoga practice. So place your palms on your legs. Again, if you need an extra pillow, we are going to be sitting up for some time, so get comfortable, close your eyes and just come to normal breath and get ready to put yourself first. So release any tension you're having in your body right now, and I'm sure it's more in your brain. Forget about what you need to do, what you think you should be doing. Just be present on your mat. We're going to be practicing skull shining breath. I'm not going to attempt the Sanskrit name for this. So skull shining breath, it's basically where you take a long inhale in through your nose, and then you pump your belly in this like motion where it's like you'll hear that noise coming out of your nose to know you're doing it correctly, and you pump your belly for about 15 to 30 pumps, and then as you exhale, you let it out. You take one big inhale in and then slowly exhale out through your nose, and then we'll repeat that another 2 times. So it's 3 times in total. I just want you to be fully aware of what we're doing. If you are pregnant, please do not do this breathing. Just focus on maybe box breaths or just trying to find some breath work within yourself. Okay, so inhale. Inhale. One more. Inhale. That's a great detoxing breath. So from here, take an inhale, lift your arms up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, plant your left hand next to you and bend over to the side. Hug your shoulder blades in towards each other to really open up your chest. And then look up to your right armpit or elbow. Inhale, come onto your fingertips of your left hand. Lengthen up, tuck in your core, and then exhale, bend the elbow and go deeper down into the side bend. Inhale, come up, bring your left hand up towards the ceiling, follow it with your gaze, and then on your exhale, drop your right hand next to you and bend over to the side, following your gaze up to your left elbow. Inhale, come onto your fingertips, feel a lengthening by even pushing your chest up and open, and then exhale, come down. Stay here for a breath or two. Inhale, come up. Bring your arms down. Spread your knees slightly wider than your hips to allow for you to, when you come down, to drop your bum in between your ankles. Inhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Follow it up with your gaze, with your hands. On your exhale, drop your hips down in between your ankles and bend your elbows. Come to this cactus position. Lift your chin up towards the ceiling. Inhale, come up, straighten your arms. On your next exhale, drop down and give yourself a hug with your chin towards your chest. Inhale, arms come up towards the ceiling. Push your hips slightly forward, and then exhale, come down. This time, cactus arms, pulling your chest forward, lifting your chin up high towards the ceiling. Inhale, come up, straighten your arms, and then on your exhale, round your spine, drop your hips down and hug yourself the other way around. Hold it here for a breath. Give yourself a word of encouragement. Inhale, come up, release your arms. Remove the pillow from underneath you. If you have some knee sensitivity, you can place it in front of your knees. Allow your knees to be hip distance apart. Tuck in your right foot, just so you can feel. I'll show you here what it looks like when you tuck it in. To kind of bring your ankles close towards you. You're not going to be touching them. And then grab your left foot in with your left hand and just bring it close towards your glutes. So it will look like this, and or like this. It really doesn't matter how high you go. And just do some pulses here to bring your glutes, and you can even use your other hand to bring it closer. Really use your right foot here and your bent toes to push firmly in towards the mat so you feel solid. On your next exhale, release your left foot and then grab your right foot again, just so you can see what it looks like. Towards your glutes, do the pumping motion or just hold it here and allow your chest to push open and breathe. You can even give yourself a mini foot massage, which I love to encourage, to really get your lymph moving and that circulation going. Activate your glutes here, and you'll feel a deeper stretch in your front thighs. And then on your exhale, release your foot down towards the center. You can keep the pillow underneath your knees if you do feel that sensitivity, and then just grab a couple pillows to bring the ground closer towards you. So I'm going to face this way so you can see exactly what this looks like. Again, the more pillows you use, the more comfortable you'll be. So we're going to do just a few waves here. Inhale, arms come up, and move it as far back as possible without putting any strain, and push your hips forward, and then exhale, bring your palms down and sit down onto your feet. Inhale, come up, push your hips forward with your gaze, activate your core. You can even, if you have blocks or something to bring your attention onto, really holding it up. And see if you can bring your hands further back, and then exhale, come down. Inhale, up towards the ceiling. Exhale, come down. One more. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bring your arms down or your block down. Give yourself a little bit of a shake from side to side if you feel you need it, or moving your shoulders. It's all about what you intuitively feel guided to do within your movements of your body. Inhale, come up to center again or up onto your knees. Lift your arms up towards the ceiling and just round them over to bring the palms of your back, almost as if you're tucking your hands into your back pockets to give you some support onto your back. Push your chest forward, activate your core. You can keep your chin tucked in here, or lift your chest, your chin up towards the ceiling, whatever works for you. I encourage you to really activate your core here. Push, and the more you squeeze your glutes in, the more you'll push your hips forward, and focus on rolling your shoulder blades in towards each other. Stay here for just a few seconds. If your chin isn't tucked in, you can tuck it in now and slowly walk back. This is where I suggest you take a chair, or where we do use the chair. So again, if you want to make this even easier, you can grab another pillow and stack it as much as possible, but just keep another pillow handy so that you can drop your hips down, and then plant your hands very close or relatively close, whatever feels comfortable for you, towards your feet. Again, your chin can be tucked in or move back. If you have the chair, place the chair behind you. I'm going to use my countertop here to show you, and then you'll be able to use the pillow to place it on top of it. So this is what it would look like for someone who has a chair. So whatever works for you, and then just use that pillow or tuck in your chin and hold that for a few breaths. We're only going to be here for 2 minutes. You can gently tuck in your chin if it isn't already tucked in, and then come onto your tippy toe or your tips of your fingers to allow you to push back into a seated position. You can now move the pillows from all areas that we've been using. So just step them aside. And then to counter this pose, come to a lying position, and you can place your palms or your hands almost down to put your head onto your your hands or directly onto the mat. And just release the tension you might feel on your feet. Even inhale. Imagine you're bringing in prana energy, and as you exhale, push your energy and attention to your feet and allow them to relax. And then bring that energy to your ankles. And then your knees. And then your hips. You can even wiggle them from side to side slightly. Relax your heart rate. And then we're going to do the complete opposite. By lifting your head, bringing your arms in front of you, almost in Sphinx position, but you can grab your hands and prepare for a little bit of a plank. So tuck in your back or your toes, activate your core and lift your hips up towards the ceiling, but try and keep as straight plank as possible. We're only going to hold this for 30 seconds. You've got this. All about yoga is to be strong. Push firmly into your elbows to really allow your shoulders to be pushed and strong and activated. That'll actually make the pose or this plank a lot easier. And then on your next exhale, come into a downward dog by coming onto the tops of your hands or onto your hands. Push firmly into them and just go into your tippy toes and then push back. Even walk into your dog slightly. Take one big inhale and then sigh it out. Look in front of your mat and inhale, bring your right leg up towards ceiling and then bring your right knee towards your right wrist. You can move your legs slightly in towards your pelvic area and then lower down into sleeping pigeon or sleeping swan. It is a variation of pigeon pose. If you are feeling like your hips are moving from one side to the other, just grab the pillow so you can square them off. And then you can place a pillow or two in front of you. The closer the ground is towards you, the easier the pose. And then fold down. I'm going to be extra kind to myself. Fold down and just relax here. Make this as passive as possible. You really don't need to worry about anything. Even come to your intention of kindness and gratitude. Close your eyes. We are going to intensify the pose. So if you'd like to try a different variation and a deeper stretch, you're more than welcome to carry on, or you can stay in this position for another minute. But slowly move your left leg out as if you're trying to straighten it or lengthen it more. Then on your inhale, bend that left knee and you can stay here or in whatever variation position you'd like. Grab your right hand, or take your right hand and grab your left foot and bring it towards you. And then sink lower down towards the ground. You might even feel, if you're staying in the original sleeping swan pose, that it could be a good idea to remove a pillow as you're able to go deeper down into the pose. It's whatever works for you. And on your next exhale, you can release that left foot down. Take both of your hands now and push them firmly into the mat to bring you up. Remove the two pillows from in front of you, and then the one from underneath your hip. Push firmly into the mat now. Make sure your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Tuck in your left toes, and then bring your right foot back up into that downward dog. Push firmly into the mat to really push you down and back. You can walk your dog a little bit to see one side will feel better or worse than the other side. And then roll forward to come into a not so traditional plank, but your high plank. And let's hold this for a few seconds. Push firmly into your hands to really allow you to lift up and away from your shoulders. And then on your exhale, bring your right knee again close towards your right wrist, and then drop down on towards the mat. And then grab your left leg. I'm going to turn around so that you can see me. Grab your left leg and bend it so that you're in a little bit of a half saddle. If you feel like you need to bring the ground closer towards you, you can grab a pillow or two and place it wherever you feel necessary. And then you can walk your hands back, and even if you feel comfortable, to use that chair that you had or your pillows to make it a more restful back kind of position. I've got the cabinet here holding my neck up, so it's very comfortable. And just stay here for a couple breaths. Really focus on pushing your chest forward and dropping your knees down towards the mat. Close your eyes and relax. If you feel any intensity in any way, you can make whatever adjustments you need. You can prepare now to slowly, if your head was back onto a pillow, your chair, or depends how far back you went, you tuck it in and roll to come back to putting more of your pressure now onto your hips, and remove back into center, almost butterfly, and you can even butterfly your legs a little bit. Then come back into almost like a plank position, so bring your weight to the left hand side of your mat. And then release to come back into your plank, and then lift your hips up to come back into your downward dog. We don't need to worry about logistics on what side of the mat you're on. Just take that big inhale here, and then exhale, side out. On your next inhale, lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bring your left knee towards your left wrist. And then drop it down to come back into that pigeon on the other side. You can grab a pillow now to even out your hips so that they're nice and squared. And then you can bring the pillows that you need for the front. And then slowly walk your hands down to come to a nice resting pose. You can face your head any way you like, left or right side. Relax your shoulders now into the pillows. Just make sure that you drop them away from your ears. And close your eyes and come back to your intention of your practice. Simply just breathe into going deeper into the pose, whatever that may look like for you. Really allow your breath with every exhale, create space within your abdomen to allow you to fold even deeper down. Again, we're going to take the other side, that extra twist if you did so on the one side. It's always nice to bring balance and do it on the other side. So on your inhale, lengthen that back leg, almost lift it up and out of the hip socket, and then bend it. And then on your exhale, take your right leg, or the back leg, I guess. Take your left hand and grab your right leg with it and just hold. You can bounce it if you'd like to get it more into, or any movement really you feel intuitively will work for you. As you feel that deeper stretch, one side will feel different than the other side. And then on your next exhale, you can release your right leg down. Bring both your palms directly underneath your shoulders. Remove your pillows, even the one underneath your hips. Inhale, arms up towards the ceiling. Follow it with your gaze. So left hand up towards the ceiling. Follow it with your gaze. And then make sure to grab a pillow and place it directly underneath your right wrist, so that when you exhale, you can thread your arm directly underneath that right wrist. Drop your shoulders down towards the mat. And if you would like, you can stack up on your pillows to whatever feels comfortable for you. We're going to hold this for a few seconds. Come to a normal breath. next exhale, take your right leg and place it to the side of you and straight out to the side to allow almost a shifting of your weight to go more center. If you'd like to now, you can take a bind by taking your right arm up and back and tuck it in, or wherever it feels comfortable and it can be placed, but ideally you can tuck it in between your hip crease of the left side. If you'd like to challenge yourself, you can move your right leg backwards and then hold it here for a few more seconds. And then if you'd like to challenge yourself some more, you can lift that right leg up towards the ceiling and see how long you can hold this balance for. Really push firmly into that arm that's down. And allow your chest to open up with your bind. Point your toes so you feel more uniform, even if you're shaking like me. And see how long you can hold this for. And even encourage a bigger lift up. And it's okay to come down and then up again to really practice your balance. Activate your core. And then slowly on your exhale, bring that leg down. Bend your knee and then bring your right arm back, unbind it. Push firmly into your right arm to allow you to come back to your tabletop position. Readjust so that your knees are directly underneath your hips and that your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Inhale, right arm up towards the ceiling, follow it with your gaze, and then on your exhale, thread the needle, bringing your right elbow down or shoulder down towards the mat. Stay here for a comfortable breath or two. Really use that left hand to push firmly to allow your bottom shoulder to almost stretch further towards the other end of the mat. And I hope that makes sense. Just to allow a deeper twist is essentially what will happen if you push more firmly into that left hand. Next, take your left foot and place it out towards the side to shift that weight and allow more balance. You can also now grab or take your left arm and do that bind if you wish. Stay here for a few breaths. Then you can take that left leg and bring it back to get ready for that next minute of holding it up. Take a few breaths, push firmly into that right hand and arm. Allow for your chest to really, or your shoulders to roll back and up and out. And then on your next exhale, side out and prepare for one big inhale. Lift that leg up off the mat or leave it down, whatever works for you. Point that toe. Activate your glutes. Focus on that balance. And it's okay to fall down and go back into it. And then slowly on your exhale, bring your leg down, unbind your arm, push up to come back into that neutral tabletop position. Move your pillow to the side and then come onto your back into a supine position to do a side stretch. Grab a pillow and place it on the left side of your mat. Straighten your left foot. Curl your toes back, so really activate that foot. Inhale, bring your right leg up toward your chest and then pull it over the side of your body. Really focus on your shoulder, both shoulders pushing firmly into the mat. So if your knee doesn't go all the way down, all you need to do is keep adding pillows until it can comfortably come down. You can choose to stay here or grab that left foot with that right arm and hold it. And then you can even use that left hand to pull your right knee down. It's always ideal to gaze towards the side where that back knee is bending and that foot's coming towards you. So towards the right hand side. Stay here for a few breaths. On your next exhale, roll your head back towards the center. Inhale, lift that right leg up, unbind that left one, and then come back to just lying fully onto your mat to neutralize your spine. Move your pillows now to the other side if you don't already have one set up there. Inhale, left knee towards your chest. Exhale, drop it down towards the side onto your pillows. Really focus on both shoulders touching and pushing firmly into the mat, and follow your gaze even to the left side of the room or your mat. Next, inhale, bend that right leg and grab it with your left hand. And just relax here, even using your right hand to pull your left knee down towards the pillow. Close your eyes. And just relax. And on your next exhale, release your neck to come back to the center. Let let go of your knee and your foot, and then come back to a neutral supine position. Get ready for your Shavasana, so you can play the suggested music on that was suggested on our weekly WhatsApp group, and any essential oils that you might feel will enhance your practice. You can take a traditional Shavasana or put a pillow underneath the backs of your knees and then underneath your head. Your palms facing down to ground, and just focus with every exhale to release every part or muscle in your body, any place that you're holding tension. We'll start from the top of your head. Release any tension in your eyebrows and forehead. And then release the tension behind your eyeballs and your nose. And then moving down to your mouth. Drop your shoulders down. Imagine there's roots coming out from underneath you, bringing you, sucking you in towards the ground like an anchor. Inhale. The backs of your arms. Release the tension in your elbows. And then release the tension in your wrists. Each fingertip, imagine it getting heavier from your pinky, your ring finger, your middle finger, pointer finger, your thumb. With your natural breath, as you exhale, bring your attention to all corners of your spine, pushing, hugging the mat. Become one with the ground. Your glutes and your hips, release all tension. Relax the backs of your legs, your knees, your ankles, and finally allow your pinky toes to almost fall and sink down towards the mat, while your big toes are just effortlessly up there towards the ceiling, just feeling relaxed. You can stay here for a nice long Shavasana, and just know that this practice comes with lots of love and gratitude towards you in this yoga community. Enjoy your Shavasana. Namaste.